Giving me an up-close and personal view. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the JoAnne Powell Show. I am JoAnne. We're coming to you from the World Center of Broadcast Media, WCOBM Hollywood. We've got a action-packed show for you. We're actually doing a 2-hour special today. We've got so much to cover. We're covering President Trump's first address to Congress and all the things that he was talking about. We're talking about immigration. You need to know your rights, some issues that we're going to be talking about there. And also the Oscars. Did you watch and see the big mix-up with the Best Picture? Well, we've got more information on that and what happened, and the why is interesting. And also we got a chance to cover the LA Italia Film Festival, and we got to see a little bit about Mel Gibson's comeback as a top director spot in that particular film festival. And you're going to meet a special artist. We're going to kind of get into the mind of Ted Ellis. We got a lot going on, a lot of activity. But first, we are going to start with Trump's address to Congress, both houses of Congress, his first 40 days in office, and he got a chance to talk about some of the key aspects of what he is going to be taking a look at as far as his agenda. Some of those items included immigration and also beefing up spending for the military, among other things. Let's take a listen to some of what he has to say regarding immigration.
We want all Americans to succeed, but that can't happen in an environment of lawless chaos. We must restore integrity and the rule of law at our borders. For that reason, we will soon begin the construction of a great wall along our southern border. We are also taking strong measures to protect our nation from radical Islamic terrorism. It is not compassionate, but reckless to allow uncontrolled entry from places where proper vetting cannot occur. I have ordered the Department of Homeland Security to create an office to serve American victims. The office is called VOICE, Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement. We are providing a voice to those who have been ignored by our media and silenced by special interests.
Well, joining me now is Nancy Miller. She is an immigration attorney. Welcome to the show. Besides that, you're also managing partner with Reeves, Miller, Zong, and Diza. Along with, you have a really good title, so I'm going to tell everybody everything about you. You're also certified by the California Bar Association as a specialist in immigration and nationality law. You're also on the executive board of the Southern California chapter of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. So welcome to our show. We are so happy to have you here. Let's just dive in. What did you think about Trump's speech, especially the issues dealing with immigration? I mean, everybody thought that he was going to talk about his kind of change for those who are here undocumented, that have no criminal background, possibly being able to, start the process of being here legally. But he didn't say anything about that. Instead, he kind of went in a direction that wasn't so off of what we've been used to before with him. And there's just some things in his speech that were probably, to the community of those who work with immigration, were a little uncomfortable, or just kind of like, what are you talking about?
Well, part of it, yes. What are you talking about, and what didn't you talk about that we would have liked to have you talk about?
Okay.
And that big question is, what are we going to do about all of these people who are in the United States without documentation, who have been here for years or decades, who have children, who may have grandchildren at this point, who've been working here, paying taxes, being good citizens, except for the fact that they don't have documentation.
Right.
What happens to them? And there is a big silence with regard to that issue, and it needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed particularly in view of the fact that raids are going on.
Yes, that is something that has a lot of people in the immigrant community they're scared. They're scared because they don't know what's going to happen if they get that knock on the door. what's happening there. There's just that uncertainty right now. A lot of the laws are kind of the same, but the mood and the tone is a lot different now.
The mood and the tone are very different now, and people are being awakened at 5 o'clock in the morning in their own homes. They are finding ICE agents coming to their place of employment. That's in fact where a lot of the raids are taking place, and I know that what the government has said is that they're going after people who are criminals. But when ICE comes into a factory and says, everybody, we want the U.S. citizens on one side, we want the green card holders on the other, and we want all the rest of you in the middle, and I'm quoting what has happened.
Oh, boy.
They don't know who they're going after, because if they did, they'd have a warrant that had that person's name on it, and they don't.
Okay.
So what do they do at that point? The first thing that people need to know is that they don't have to speak to the officer.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. They don't have to answer where they were born. They don't have to answer how they entered the United States. Now, I recognize that it is really hard for somebody to look an officer in the eye and say, I don't want to talk to you. But most lawyers, our office included, have a section of what people's rights are on the back of our card. It's not just our office, it's several offices. I know that the ACLU has that as well, and you can get that on their website. And
so you can just show it to them if you don't want to say all those things, just like,
yes,
here.
You hand them the card. It says that I don't want to speak to you. I have the right not to. I don't want to. I want to see a lawyer before I say anything to you. And I don't give you permission to search me or my car or my house or my surroundings. Now, I'm going to qualify that a little bit. If they have a valid warrant, you have to obey a court order.
Yeah, with your name on it.
But it has to be your name, and it has to be signed by a judge. Now, so you say, I'm not going to open the door without a warrant. And they say, oh, I have one. Open the door and I'll give it to you. And you say, no, you slip it through the door and I'll take a look at it.
To make sure it's your name, because sometimes it may be someone that lived there before.
Yes, it may very well be somebody who lived there before. So you want to make sure that that warrant has your name. Again, if it does, if it is a lawfully issued warrant, you have to open the door.
And we're going to take a quick break, but I want to ask you, in a situation like at your place of employment and you're there, if you do all that, can they still take you in, like arrest you? Or are you safe from arrest if you don't talk to them and give them a card?
If you don't give them a card, but you don't speak to them, and they don't have your information specifically where they're looking at you, they have no right to arrest you because they have no reasonable suspicion.
Okay, just because you're standing around.
Just because you're standing in a place of
ID.
employment.
Okay. Nancy Miller, we will be talking more with you when we come back. You are watching the JoAnne Powell Show. We'll be right back.
If you are an adult that began college and has not finished your college degree, let me put it to you straight. If your lifestyle and your standard of living is not becoming to you, then you should be coming to us, Oakwood University Elite Program. We are the fast, flexible adult degree completion program for the busy adult, like you.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098. It's time to leap.
For years, people have trusted McKay's Family Mortuary. We're part of your community and we'll take care of the details. We offer a variety of memorial services, including sea scattering and cremation. According to the Federal Trade Commission, the average funeral cost is over $9,000. We have complete funeral chapel service starting at only $31.25, casket included. Direct cremation starting at only $9.95. Visit one of our 5 locations and meet our caring and diverse staff. McKay Family Mortuary. Let us be the shoulder to lean on.
Thanks to Oakwood University and the LEAP program, I have now a college degree. So to the Spanish-speaking members of this community who feel that the LEAP program is something you should consider, I would say, ánimo a la universidad. considere el programa LEAP de Oakwood University.
Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.
Seize the Day Scuba for your best scuba experience above and below the sea. You'll find friendly staff, experienced PADI certified instructors, and state-of-the-art scuba equipment and gear. Join our dive club and we'll help you plan memorable scuba excursions. Immerse yourself. Seize the Day Scuba, serving Southern California. Call 949-220-0500 to create your scuba experience.
When I first started into the program, yes, I had doubts. I was really impressed with Oakwood University, with the faculty and the staff and the student body. It was a really good experience, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who was thinking about going back and finishing their degree.
Register today. Go to oakwoodleap.com or call 256-726-7098.